Hi everyone, this is 21BQ1A05I1 and today my seminar topic for Advanced Java Programming is Jdbc driver types. First of all, we need to know what is a Jdbc driver. Jdbc drivers implement the defined interfaces in Jdbc API for interacting with your database server. For example, using Jdbc drivers enables you to open database connections and to interact with it by sending SQL or database commands, then receiving results with Java. The Java SQL package that ships with JDK contains various classes with their behaviors defined, and their actual implementations are done in third-party drivers. Third-party vendors implements the Java SQL driver interface in their database driver. Jdbc drivers types. The Jdbc driver implementations vary because of the wide variety of operating systems like Mac OS, Windows, etc. and hardware platforms in which Java operates. Sun has divided the implementation types into 4 categories. Types 1, 2, 3 and 4, which is explained in the next slides. Type 1 Jdbc ODBC bridge driver. In a Type 1 driver, a Jdbc bridge is used to access ODBC drivers installed on each client machine. Using ODBC requires configuring on your system a data source name that represents the target database. When Java first came out, this was a useful driver because most databases only supported ODBC access. But now, this type of driver is recommended only for experimental use or when no other alternative is available. The below diagram shows you the following. The Jdbc ODBC bridge that comes with JDK 1, 2 is good example of kind of driver. Type 2 Jdbc native API. In a Type 2 driver, Jdbc API calls are converted into native C or C++ API calls, which are unique to the database. These drivers are typically provided by the database vendors and used in the same manner as the Jdbc ODBC bridge. The vendor specific driver must be installed on each client machine. If we change the database, we have to change the native API, as it is specific to a database and they are mostly obsolete now. But you may realize some speed increases with a Type 2 driver because it eliminates ODBC's overhead. So the Oracle call interface driver is an example of Type 2 driver. The diagram shows the above. Type 3 Jdbc Net Pure Java. In a Type 3 driver, a 3-tier approach is used to access databases. The Jdbc clients use standard network sockets to communicate with a middleware application server. The socket information is then translated by the middleware application server into the call format required by DBMS and forwarded to the database server. This kind of driver is extremely flexible since it requires no code installed on the client, and a single driver can actually provide access to multiple databases. You can think of the application server as a Jdbc proxy, meaning that it makes calls for the client application. As a result, you need some knowledge of the application server's configuration in order to effectively use the driver's type. Type 4 100% pure Java. In a Type 4 driver, a pure Java based driver communicates directly with the vendor's database through socket connection. This is the highest performance driver available for the database and is usually provided by the vendor itself. This kind of driver is extremely flexible. You don't need to install special software on the client or server. Further, these drivers can be downloaded dynamically. MySQL's ConnectorJ driver is a Type 4 driver. Because of its proprietary nature of network protocols, database vendors usually supply Type 4 drivers.